we have started chapter 6 of class 7, that was the Tughlaq and the Lodi dynasty, and we have started with many topics. So today we have to start with a new topic, that is transfer of capital from Delhi to Devgiri. This is the new topic which we have to start with. Now, realizing that Delhi was vulnerable to Mongol attack means the possibility was more that Mongols could attack there. He built a new city at Devgiri, renamed it Daulatabad. Means new city was built at Devgiri and that was named Daulatabad, and shifted his capital there. Means the capital was shifted from Devgiri to Daulatabad. Now, and this would also enable him to control the south. Means as south was so far that he could not directly keep that in his control, so he had appointed some officers over there. Now after shifting the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, it was now more easier to rule the south area also. But instead of shifting only the officers to Daulatabad, he made the blunder of ordering the entire population of Delhi to shift to the new capital with all their belongings. Means after making a new capital, he just didn't ordered his officials to shift over there, but the mistake what he did, he ordered the whole population over there to shift to Daulatabad with all their belongings, and this was the blunder made by him, because it was not possible for people to travel so many kilometers with all their belongings and reach there without any transportation system. Traveling the distance of 1500 kilometers in the hot summer caused untold misery to the people. And as people were traveling this much long kilometers, 1500 kilometers, and it was so hot summer, so the condition was not favorable for people, and this causes misery over there. Moreover, Daulatabad proved to be climatically unsuitable. Means climate wise also Daulatabad was not suitable for being there. So people were ordered to return to Delhi. Means once he ordered to go from Delhi to Daulatabad, and after seeing the condition of there that it was not suitable for living over there, he ordered them to come back to Delhi, and this was the thing which made lot of loss of the people, belongings, money, many things. This impractical scheme not only depleted the treasure but also resulted in the death of thousands of people. Means only wealth wise loss was not there, many people also died because of his sudden decision. So this was second decision what he took, but it didn't work. Okay, now come to the next. We will go here. Token currency. Now this is the third decision what he made, and this also failed. Let's read about that what happened here. One of the most daring and original scheme to overcome the shortage of silver was the introduction of token currency. Means there was a shortage of silver coins over there. To fulfill that, he introduced token currency. Token currency is the money which we are using today. Okay. Bronze coins were issued which had the same value as that of the silver tanka. Means they introduced the bronze coin which has the same value of the silver. The money we use today is token currency, paper notes and metal coins. But in those days, it was a new idea. Means now it is common for all of us. But at that time, gold, silver coins were used, mohar and all. So it was new idea that was introduced at that time. However, as the Sultan did not make the minting of the new coins in monopoly of the crown, every household turned into it. Means it was not decided that where this coin will be made. Okay, so in every house minting started. In every house they started minting the coins. Now gold and silver coin disappeared from circulation and trade suffered. And as coins were made in each and every house's token currency, so gold and silver coins disappeared, and trade was the thing which suffered the most, because earlier trading was done with the gold and silver coin in exchange. Now they suffered most. People also began to pay their taxes in the new currency. Means now no one was exchanging silver and gold coins. Everyone was using token currency only. Finally, the Sultan decided to withdraw the currency. When he saw that there is now no one is exchanging the gold and silver, everyone is using token currency, so he just decided to withdraw the currency. People returned the bronze coins in exchange of gold and silver coins from the Sultan treasury, causing great loss to the exchequer. Means now bronze coins were exchanged with the king's treasury in gold and silver, and that was a loss for the empire. So this was the third decision what he made, and it turns wrong. Now plan of conquest is the next topic which we have to do. Now Muhammad bin Tughlaq also formed grand plans to conquer China and Persia. Means he had made a plan to conquer China and Persia. The expedition failed as they lost thousands of soldiers and lot of money. Now this also could not be successful. They could not capture China and Persia because there was lot of loss of money also, and he loses many people, soldiers also. In 1328 CE, the Mongols conducted a number of raids and reached the outskirts of Delhi, causing insecurity to the empire. And at this time only, in 1328 CE, Mongols, after raiding many parts, they reached to nearby to Delhi, and this was an insecurity, causing insecurity to the empire. At this time, Ibn Battuta served as a judge in Muhammad bin Tughlaq court. Now, the next topic which we have to do, that is breakup of the empire. The failure of his scheme means he made so many schemes and all failed, and the hardship suffered by the people made him very unpopular. Means all the schemes were such that people have to suffer. Means his mass has to suffer, and this made him unpopular. Means people start thinking that the empire is not good for taking decisions in their welfare. Okay. The ulemas and the nobles too were against him. There was discontent in the empire, leading to revolts in provinces like Bengal. Means because of this decision, many people turned against him, and there was revolt in different areas like provinces of Bengal, Warangal, Devgiri and Gujarat. And he died in 1351 CE while suffering revolts. Means after suppressing all these revolts, during that duration only, he died also in 1351 CE. So this was all about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Now next topic which we have to start, that is Firoz Shah Tughlaq. That we will start in next class. Thank you.